Hello everybody and welcome back to our geography unit on Brazil. I'm Mr. Antel and I'm very excited to be teaching you our geography unit today. Last lesson we looked at some of the physical and human features that we can find in Brazil. And today we're going to be thinking about the different things that attract visitors to Brazil each year and why many people want to go there. So let's get started. I'm just going to share the screen. Okay, so this is lesson 2. Why do people visit Brazil? So our lesson today is, as we said, why do people visit Brazil? And in our last lesson, we looked at the 7 continents of the world. So we're going to have a quick recap of those just to see if you can remember any more of those today. We're going to find out where Brazil is on our world map. We're going to think about why people visit other countries in general. And then some sites of natural beauty people might want to see in Brazil and maybe some festivals and sports events. And that might be reasons why people are attracted to go to the country. So for our lesson today, you're going to need some paper or a workbook to write in. You're going to need a pen or a pencil. And most importantly, as always, you're going to need your big geography brain. So if you're missing one of those things, then pause the video and go and grab it now. Okay, we're ready to get started. So, first challenge for you today is, can you remember all of the 7 continents on the planet? So have a look at the map in front of you, pause your video, and see if you can say or write down as many of those names of continents as you can remember. Off you go. Okay, let's see how we did. So first of all, we have North America. We have Africa, Asia, Australia, also known as Australasia or Oceania. We've got right down in the south of the planet, Antarctica. Then we have Europe, and finally, South America. If you managed to get all 7 of those, give yourselves a huge pat on your back. If there are any that you missed out, then don't worry, there's always next time. So in our lesson today, we're going to be zooming in on the continent of South America, because that's where we can find Brazil. Now, we thought last week about the whole continent of South America, and it's a huge continent with 12 different countries within it. I wonder if you can remember any of the names of those countries. Take a moment, look back in your brain to see if you can remember any countries that we could find in South America, and then we'll have a look. Okay, so here are those countries. So we've got, starting on the top left-hand side, we've got Venezuela, then Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, then we've got Bolivia, Chile, and over on the east of the continent, going from the south, we've got Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay, then Brazil, which is the one that we're focusing on. Then we've got French Guiana, which remember isn't a country in itself, it's part of the territory of France. Then we've got Suriname, and we've got Guyana. And our focus for our geography unit is on Brazil. So we're going to have a closer look at the country of Brazil. And today we're thinking about why people might want to visit Brazil. So first of all, why do people travel to different countries? Why doesn't everybody just stay in their own country where they were born? Have a think. Maybe you've been to another country. If you have, why did you go there? Was it to go on holiday? Was it to visit somebody? Have a think. Why do people travel to other countries? Okay, let's have a look at some of the reasons why people might travel to other countries. So people might go on holiday. I love going on holiday. It's one of the most favourite things I do, to travel to different countries. The holidays are one reason that people go to other countries, but other people might go for business. So if it's your job and you have to go and do some work in another country, that might be a reason. Some people just enjoy traveling to visit different cultures, see different things, try new foods, see different landscapes, as you can see on the picture on the right-hand side there. And in Brazil, tourism is a very important part of their economy. The economy is the money that the country has, and Brazil has a lot of income that comes from tourism. About 8% of the total income of the country, so it's quite important. So they get money from people coming to visit their country. So today, let's think about why somebody might want to visit Brazil. Can you think of any reasons already? First reason is that there are loads of sites of natural beauty. So think back to our last lesson. Can you think of those physical features that we spoke about? Let's have a think about some of those natural, beautiful places that people might want to visit. So around 6.6 million people visit Brazil each year. And maybe these are some of the reasons why. So let's have a look at the first one. The Amazon rainforest. So one feature which is very special within Brazil is the Amazon rainforest. Now, we looked at the Amazon rainforest last lesson as one of our physical geographical features. And it's a very interesting place to go and visit because it's very diverse. It's very different to a lot of other places on the planet Earth. And one thing that's particularly special about the Amazon rainforest is that there's loads of different species of animal that live there. You can see some of them here on the screen. So remember, we said that 1 in 10 of all species that live in the world are present in the Amazon rainforest, which is amazing. And there are lots of animals that live in the rainforest that don't live anywhere else on the planet. So lots of people like to go and visit the Amazon to see all those different animals. And you can do lots of different activities as well if you go and visit, such as hiking or trekking through the rainforest. You might even be able to stay in smaller villages or towns within the rainforest itself. And you can do lots of different boat trips along the different parts of the river. But watch out for those piranha fish. So that's one thing that tourists might really enjoy visiting in Brazil. Let's see what's next. Another site that we looked at last lesson was the Iguaçu Falls, which are the biggest set of waterfalls in the world. And each year, around 1.5 million people go and visit them. Now, I haven't been to the Iguaçu Falls, but I would love to go. It looks an amazing place. It's really good because you can see in the picture there, you can walk out in between the waterfalls to see them, and they are huge. You can also walk along the top of them and do boat trips along the bottom. So you'd get soaking wet, I would imagine, if you were in a boat near those waterfalls. So lots of people visit the Iguaçu Falls each year, and they're on the border between Brazil and Argentina. And apparently you can see them from both sides. Now, another thing that many people visit to go to Brazil for is the beautiful beaches. So Brazil is well known for its warm climate and its sandy beaches and clear blue seas. Millions of Brazilians and tourists from all around the world head to the beaches in Brazil every year to go swimming in the sea, or just to relax and sunbathe, or to play sports like volleyball on the beach. So as for the different places that we've spoken about so far, which physical feature of Brazil would you like to visit? If you were going to Brazil, where would you choose to go? Maybe you'd really like to go to the beach and go swimming in the sea. Maybe you'd want to see the animals in the Amazon rainforest. Maybe you'd want to go to the Iguaçu Falls, the waterfalls. So, I'd like you to pause the video in a moment and write me a sentence about which physical feature of Brazil you would like to visit and why. Most of you will be able to write a sentence, but if you're finding it tricky, you could practice saying it to an adult and perhaps make a recording to send to your teacher. That way you are being successful too. So your sentence might be, I would like to visit the Amazon rainforest because I really like animals and I want to see the different species that live there. Have a think. Where would you like to visit? Pause the video now and write or say your sentence. Well done. So now that we've thought about the different physical features and the different areas of natural beauty in Brazil that we might like to visit, we're now going to think about the human features that might attract visitors to Brazil. So remember, a human feature is something that is created or used by humans. Now, Brazil has a very different culture to lots of places in the world, and many people like to travel to different countries to experience a different culture. And that might include trying new foods or seeing different local customs or traditions and different music. In Brazil, one of the most popular types of music is samba music, which is made of special drum rhythms. Samba dancing is very traditional in Brazil. You can see some samba dancers on your screen just there on the left. So many people like to visit Brazil to watch dance shows or music concerts, including samba. Many people also like to go to Brazil to experience different foods, as you can see in the picture in the middle there, because they might be different to where you live. So many people visit cafes and restaurants to eat different foods, like maybe some tropical fruits that might not grow here in the UK, as well as traditional dishes like the one you can see on the dish on the right there, which is a spice stew of beans, beef, and pork. And that's something that we might not have here in the UK, and we might want to visit Brazil just to try and experience. Another important part of Brazilian culture is their festivals. And one in particular is very famous around the world, and it's called the Carnival. The city of Rio de Janeiro, which we looked at last week, is very, very famous for its carnival. Even though carnivals are celebrated around the country of Brazil, Rio is known as the capital of carnivals. So many people visit there each year just to go to see the carnival and see it. I remember my brother went there many years ago and he said it was amazing. Now, the carnival in Rio lasts for 3 whole days, and during that time, the city is filled with dancing, music, singing, and lots of street parades with colourful costumes, as you can see on the pictures there. So that's another thing that's really famous worldwide that people might want to go and visit Brazil for. Another thing Brazil is very well known for is its sporting events. So for example, the city of Rio de Janeiro hosted the Summer Olympics in 2016, so 5 years ago now. And at that time, 1.17 million tourists visited Brazil just to see the Olympic Games. Another sporting event that was hosted in Brazil was the World Cup in 2014. And loads of players and supporters from around the world came to the tournament, which took place in various places around the country of Brazil. And it was a really important time for the tourism of Brazil because lots of people that might not normally visit came just to see the football competition. During this time, around 1 million tourists came to watch the games in stadiums like the Maracanã that you can see on the screen on the right there, which was built especially for this event. So now that we've thought about different human features and some different cultural things that happen in Brazil, I'd like you to think about what human features you might like to visit if you went to Brazil. Maybe you'd like to watch a samba music show or a dance show. Maybe you'd like to go to a sporting event like football matches or to the Olympic Games. Maybe you'd like to go and try some different foods. I'd like you to use the sentence starter on the board and write or say your sentence. Pause the video now and have a go. Okay, great work everybody. Well done. Now that's the end of our lesson today. You've worked so hard and I hope you've enjoyed learning about the different elements of Brazil. The only thing left to do now is to take the quiz, so let's have a look. Okay, 1 chili challenge. Which of these is not a country in South America? Spain, Argentina, Brazil, or Venezuela? Which one is not a country in South America? 2 chili challenge. Why might people travel to the Amazon rainforest? To go to a carnival, to go to the beach, to see different species of animals and plants, to go to restaurants. 3 chili challenge. Is Iguaçu Falls a human or physical geographical feature? Right, let's have a look at some of those answers. So question 1, which of these is not a country in South America? Spain. Yep, Spain is in Europe. Well done if you knew that one. 2, Chile challenge. Why might people travel to the Amazon rainforest? Hopefully everybody's got this one. It is to see different species of animals and plants. And the last question, is Iguaçu Falls a human or physical geographical feature? It is a physical geographical feature. Yeah, it was not made by humans. Okay, well, hopefully you've enjoyed our lesson today on geography and you'd like to share your wonderful work with your teacher. So if you'd like to, please email it to them. We cannot wait to see it. So well done for your work today. I hope you've enjoyed learning some more about Brazil. And next lesson, we're going to focus about different cities in Brazil. So I'll see you for that lesson very soon. Bye-bye.